Hi, today we are looking at percent of a number, and we are going to be looking at a percent ruler to kind of help us figure out where and how to do the math from there. All right, let's get right into it. So let's take a look at this problem. We have one granola bar contains 4 grams of dietary fiber. Wow, not fiber. The label says 4 grams is 16% of the daily recommended amount. And then Luis drew this diagram. So we're going to look at the diagram here. And I have a list of unknowns. So we're going to be looking for our total amount. The 4 grams, it says up here, is equal to 16%. So now we're going to add that to our diagram. And then when I'm looking at my diagram, 16% plus what is going to take me to 100%? Well, that would give me 84%. Okay? So I know that the rest of the chunk of my line is going to represent 84%. If I'm trying to figure out what the total amount is for the entire day, how many grams of dietary fiber I should consume for an entire day, well, then that value would just be X. So essentially I have a proportion that's set up. I have 4 over 16 is equal to X over 100. So if I write that down, 4 over 16 is going to equal X over 100. Okay, so remember the easy way to solving a proportion is just cross multiplying and then dividing. So 4 times 100 divided by 16. So 400 divided by 16 would get me to 25. So that means my X value now changes into 25. So that total is out of 25. If I wanted to complete the rest of my diagram, I would take my 25, which is my total, and subtract off what I already know, which is the 4 grams. So 21 is equal to 84%. So 21 grams is equal to 84% of your daily fiber for the day. Okay? So using the diagram should just kind of help break up and visualize to see where the different parts are. All right, let's take a look at our next example. 1 large carrot contains approximately 6 milligrams of vitamin C, and the recommended daily intake for vitamin C is 60 milligrams. All right, so if I'm looking at my chart here, I'm going to put the 6 for the question mark for the milligrams, and then my 100% is going to be 60 because it says that we have to consume 60 milligrams. So you notice that I don't know what percentage that is down there, but I can find it based off of 6 over X is equal to 60 over 100. Some of you might have said, well, why can't I just take 6 divided by 60 and find my percent that way? You absolutely could. Okay? So 6 divided by 60 is going to get me down to 1/10, which is 1/10 is 10%. So my X value here is going to be 10%. Okay, so then if I'm filling in the rest of this, so if this left part here, right here, is 10%, that means that this big section has to be 90%. And if I'm trying to find the top value, 6 plus what takes me to 60? Well, that would give me 54. So 54 plus 6 should equal 60. To make my table true, I'll put addition signs in between here, and the table is true there. Moving on to our next example, Risa was mixing blue and red paint to create purple paint. She created the drawing below to show the portions of blue paint to red paint that she used. So we have our 3 parts blue. Our percentage here is unknown. And then 12 parts red. And again, our percentage is unknown. But we know if we add them together, they have to equal that 100%. So if I add the 3 plus the 12, that's going to get me to 15 total parts. Okay? So now, based off of that information, I can figure out the blue. So I have 3 over x, my unknown, because I don't know what the percentage is, 15 over 100. So I'm looking at my total and my 100. So 15 over 100. And then we just cross multiply. 3 times 100 would give me 300. And then divide that by 15. Let me get out my calculator. Sorry. 20. Should have been able to do that mentally. Duh. All right, so that's going to give me 20%. But then once I have that's 20%, now I can find my missing red part. So 20 plus what brings me to 100, and that would give me 80%. So basically 20% of my mixture is going to be blue paint, and 80% of my mixture is going to be red paint to give me the purple paint. All right, now we're going to take a look at a problem where a diagram has not been created, so we're going to create our own diagram. So Turner Middle School has 110 boys. 56% of the students in the school are girls. How many students go to this school? Okay, so I'm just going to roughly create it. I know I have 110 boys, but I think 56% kind of helps give me an idea on where I want to split that line. And just like the previous problem, so 56%, I'm going to label this as girls. I'm going to label this down here as boys, and I know that 110 is what I have. I don't know what my total is, and I don't know how many girls. I do know that all of this added together is going to be 100%. Okay? So if I want to figure out my percentage for boys, I can take this 100% and subtract off 56, which is going to give me, I'll put it in a different color, 44%. Okay? So 44% is what I have for boys. So now the only thing I have left to do is the math to figure out the rest of it. Okay, so I'm going to call the girls here as X, and I'm going to call my total as Y, just for math calculation purposes. So I'm just going to use what I have here as a proportion. X over 56 is equal to 110 over 44. Okay, notice how I already have that set up right here. I just changed this to an equal sign. Okay, so 56 times 110 divided by 44 is going to get me to an answer of 140. Okay, so my X becomes 140. Okay, now if I'm trying to find my total, I just add 140 plus 110, which is going to pull me to 250 for my total. Okay, now I could have also set this up as 110 over 44% is equal to X over 100, and cross multiplying 110 times 100 dividing by 44 would have given me my answer of 250. I just went maybe a step in the other direction, just trying to figure out how many girls we had in the school. So either way is the correct way. Hey, all right, we made it to the last problem. So Maria's making paper flowers as decorations for the fall dance. She has made 40 flowers so far, and she is 16% finished. If she plans to finish making 70% of the total flowers needed by tonight, how many more will she need to make by then? Okay, so again, I'm going to draw my percent ruler. And I'm going to start with the known fact of 16%. So 16% is what she has finished, and that is 40 flowers. Okay, we're looking for how many total does she have out of the 100%. Okay, And then I'll get to the next part of why we're not going to use 70%. But, so 40 over 16 is equal to x over 100. So 40 times 100 divided by 16 is equal to 250. Okay, so this question mark goes away and turns into 250. Okay, but it says that she's planning to finish 70%. So she already has 16% done. So we need to just figure out how many flowers are in 70%. So if I'm doing that, I would take the, so let's just say this is my 70% now mark, and this is X. So it's not in the middle. That's 70% is where I'm looking at. So I have, oops, I shouldn't use X because I already used X. Let's use Y. Okay, so y over 70 is going to equal 250 over 100. So 70 times 250 divided by 100 is going to get me to 175. Okay, so she needs to complete 175 flowers by the end of the day or by tonight, and she has already completed 40 flowers, so we're going to take 40 away from the 175, which is going to leave us with 135 as our answer for how many flowers she needs to get. Okay, so hopefully setting up this picture just helps you to realize the proportion is already set up. It's just a matter of you putting your equal sign in there to find your answer. All right, have a great day.